Howdy y'all, welcome to Lax Lives, I'm Lycander, and this is Lack Plays Feed the Beast TPPI. I'm going to call it that. TPPI. I mean, that's what's called, TPPI. Test pack, please ignore. So, as you can see, still going strong in my base here. We haven't reset the worlds, although I see that one of the mods is updated and has some world gen tweaks. So I'm not saying that we're not going to restart, but we might. And I like to take a quick look around when I first log in, see what everybody's done since I've been on. So let's just take a quick look. Oh, looks like Aka's got a huge quarry digging out underground. This is how you find your quarries if you lost them. Just fly around and look where the world hasn't regened. This is one of the guys on the server, Aka. I don't think we looked at his house last time. Everybody's keeping their stuff underground. Wow, his place is huge. He's also doing barrels, but he's using birch. I used spruce for mine. And yeah, he's coming along real nicely. He's actually got a different setup than I'm currently using. He's got lava and stuff. I know he just moved his bed down here. He was complaining about how difficult it was to keep going upstairs to sleep when people needed to sleep. And then, let's see, we got Ishizi and Sev. I know we looked at Sev's. Yeah, we looked at Ishizi's too because it showed you the red cobble. This is an area that I have carved out behind my house for expansion of my tree farm. And I think we looked at the other two guys' houses. There's some other people talking about joining us, and that should be cool. But, ooh, I got some more Ender Lily seeds, which is awesome. And, but today I thought we'd get started on what to do. That's my plan. So I went and I flew around and I found us a place to build. This is gonna be Lax World. Just a different place on the server, far away from everybody else, so we don't interfere. And I wanted a nice little plains type area. You can see I kind of came through here with my buckets of water, trying to get rid of all the seeds because I can't stand all this weeds that Biomes of Plenty puts out here. In fact, right here's my water right now, just sloshing into the ocean at the moment. But I have not started building here. I will get started, build us a building to work in so that we don't get trampled by the creatures. But today I thought I'd talk about what to do when you first get started. Now I, of course, have a ton of supplies, and that makes it a little easier on me, of course. More than a little easier. I don't have to worry about anything really, unless I'm looking for iridium, and that's hard to come by. Now, I'm not as far as everybody else either. I haven't been putting in as much time into this as I have in the past for some reason. I had a big burst when I got started, and then I kind of hit this point where because this is broken and I have unlimited power, I don't really need to expand. And if we patch and do a new world regen, which means a whole new world starting over from scratch, I don't really want to move much farther. And the other thing that is greatly irritating me at the moment is this. So, this is the industrial blast furnace, and it requires these casings, and there's 3 different kinds of casings, and this is not how to get started. We haven't got to the how to get started thing. We're going to do that real quick, though. I want to talk about this because this is irritating me. So on this version of the pack, which is 0.2.1 still, we haven't updated, I have got reinforced machine casings and advanced machine casings. And every machine casing, you have to have a bunch, and you can see that my temperature is currently 2360 Kelvin. So the whole thing with the industrial blast furnace is how much heat it produces, and as far as I know, there aren't items that require more than 3,000 degrees. And when you make it, it starts out at, I want to say 1500 degrees, around there, maybe. And then when you add in all the, it might be more than that. And then you add in all the reinforced casings, and that increases the temperature. So this is what I had. Another thing you can do is the outside looks like this: 9 casings, 8 casings, 8 casings, 9 casings. So there's these 2 gaps in here. And you can dump buckets of lava in those gaps to increase the amount of heat that it has. So the buckets of lava are optional, but they do give you more heat. And so the way it's been working is, I keep walking away. I should just stand here. Just stand here. The way it's been working is if you do 1 layer of standard machine casings and then everything else is reinforced, that gets you to 2000 degrees, 2020 degrees, if you put the buckets of lava in there. And then you make these 2 upgrade heating coils. Oop, mouse is sliding off the mouse pad. Heating coil. So these are 3 heating coils. Copper nickel is the one that you have to have to make the blast furnace. You have to have this. This is part of its recipe. These 2 are upgrades. And so there's a standard heating coil and an advanced heating coil. Now here's my issue. This is what's irritating me. This is the next one to go in. You make 4 of these, you right click on your blast furnace, it goes up 500 degrees. So if I don't need anything more than 3000 degrees, how many kelvins do you think I need to make Canthal? The answer is 2500 degrees. So once I install these Canthal, I do not need the nichrome. Canthal, right here. Or dictionary, Canthal. To make it, I've got to put 4 Canthal ingots in a heating coil to make the Canthal ingots. There's only one way to do it. You put Canthal in the blast furnace, and you can't see it down here, but it says 2000. I can't see it either. I need a whiteboard so I can see this. It says, oh, that's even worse. Let's try outside, maybe. They really need to add a backdrop to that. Oh, yeah. Let's try outside. It's nighttime. Can't read it all. It says EU 660,000 time 275 seconds, max energy 120 EU per tick, heat capacity 2500 Kelvin. You can't even cook this stuff until you get to 2500 Kelvin. So you make those, you put them in, bam, you're done. These nichrome, look, wire mill to make the nichrome heating coils. Oh, but you can just put the nichrome dust in a furnace. This is just a stone furnace. Stone furnace with some wood. Yeah. Hey, it's the most advanced, but whatever. That irritated me a little bit. I'm still a little irritated about it if you can't tell. Anyways, let's talk about starting out. So, one of the things you want to do when you start out is, as quick as possible, get to some method of ore doubling, right? Or at least doubling. There's a bunch of different ways to do that. My favorite one is the Pulverizer, right? And then with the updates to IC2 and GregTech, you can actually get more ore out of the Macerator. And so what I thought we would do today is we would look at the components, the materials that go into making each of these, to see which one is the better one to go with. All right, and so to use the Pulverizer, not only do you need the Pulverizer, but you also need some way to power it, which with thermal expansion means you need a steam dynamo or some kind of dynamo, but the steam dynamos are the ones that you start off with. All right, and then the steam dynamo requires water, so I usually go ahead and make an aqueous accumulator to constantly pump it with water, because I don't feel like dragging buckets of water to it. I don't even know if you can drag buckets of water to it. I assume you can. I never have, because I always build an aqueous accumulator. So if we look real quick at that, okay, so let's start with the aqueous accumulator. The aqueous accumulator is a bucket, so that is 3 bars of iron. It is a pneumatic servo, right? So that is 2 more bars of iron, a thing of glass, actually 2 things of glass, and a redstone. All right, so that's pneumatic servo. And then let me look at it real quick because I don't remember. What goes on the sides of the aqueous accumulator? 2 more glass, 2 tin, and then the machine frame. So we grab 2 more glass, 2 tin, and then the machine frame is 1, 2, 3, 4 iron, 1 gold, and 1, 2, 3, 4 glass. So glass, iron, gold, tin, redstone. Right? I think that's everything I picked up for that. Because everything else in my inventory... nope, because I didn't make the bucket. I just wanted to sort this. All right. Now, you also will need a bucket to carry the water, right? So that's another 3 ingots. Now, the next part we need is the steam dynamo. Now, the steam dynamos are new. If you haven't played with the new thermal expansion, which to me was brand new when we started playing with these 1.6 packs. So, steam dynamo is a redstone, 2 copper gears, a redstone transmission coil, and 3 copper ingots. Now, the copper gears are pretty easy to make now. You can... I don't think you have to do stone gears. Can't you just do the 2, 3, 4? Let me check this real quick. I don't recall making stone gears. They've got new gears where you just put the iron in. Yeah, just like that. Thermal expansion gears. All right, so that's 1 gear. It needs 2 gears. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another piece of iron. It needed 3, 1, 2, 3 iron ingots. It needed a piece of redstone. And then it needed that reception coil, which is 2 more pieces of redstone and a piece of silver. All right. So this is our steam dynamo. This is 3 ingots of copper plus 2 ingots, or 2, what is that? 2 copper gears. The redstone plus the 2 pieces of redstone for the reception coil, which was with the silver bar. So that's that. Then the next thing we gotta do is the pulverizer. Now the pulverizer is, if I remember correctly, it's a piston, 2 flint, some copper, and a machine frame, and a redstone reception coil. All right, so that's the recipe for the pulverizer. And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 3 pieces of wood. 1, 2, 3. We need a redstone. We need an iron. That's for the piston. We need 2 flint. We need... what else do we need? Flint. We need 2 copper for either side of the thing. We need the... what's the one on this one called? It's a redstone reception coil. And that is 2 redstone and a gold bar. And then we need the machine frame, which is a gold bar, 1, 2, 3, 4 iron, and 4 glass. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And of course you need like the furnace to cook all this up in. But so there. So as far as I can... Oh, nope, you know what? We need some fluid duct. Or some way for the water to get from our aqueous accumulator into our steam dynamo. I suppose technically you could put the steam dynamo directly on top of the aqueous accumulator, but we'll go ahead and we'll do up some fluid dynamo, or fluid duct, which is 2 copper and a lead. 2 copper and a lead. So these are the supplies that you've got to have to get started with a pulverizer. The way I do it. I'm sure there are other ways to do it, but this is how I do it. So you can see you're going to need 12 sand, 19 iron, 3 gold, 2 tin, 7 redstone, 15 copper, 1 silver, 2 flint, and a piece of lead. This is not that bad to get your hands on, right? There isn't all that much to it, so it's not bad at all. All right, now that does not include. Let's go ahead and do that too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, 6, 7, 8. We will also need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's say you get really lucky. And then whatever fuel you're going to use. So let's say how many ingots is that? It's I can't do this in my head. What is this? 1, 2, 17, 19, 22, 41, 51, 53, I think. So 53. What is that, like 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you do everything perfectly, oh, you know what? I need 3 more, 2 more of these, which technically should be this. So technically, this 1, 2, 3. You know what? Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not gonna put the sticks in there. I'm gonna put in more planks. So this is to get a better idea. So this, if everything goes perfectly, this is your minimum. This is your stone furnace, your stone pick, your iron pick is in there now. Oh no, it's not. Iron pick. I actually am going to go ahead and throw in one more piece of coal. So that's your minimum requirements, right? All right. And we'll look at that again after we do the macerator. Now the macerator is a little more complicated. And it actually comes in a couple of different forms. So automatic macerator, check this out. Automatic macerator is a beast to make in this. And still, if you get it all by hand, let's take a look at what's necessary. So a basic machine casing is 8 iron bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that had, I already forgot, 4 flint. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 diamonds. Okay, and then the circuit, which is going to be, probably if you're doing it by hand, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to make the circuit. And that requires an iron plate and 2 redstone. And then to upgrade it, you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 redstone. You are going to need 2 lapis. You're going to need 2 glowstone, which means you're going to have to go in the nether, which means you're going to need obsidian, which is another 3 of those. And then you're going to need iron to get the diamonds, so 1, 2, 3. And you're going to need stone to get that. And then this is your wood pick. So how many picks is that? That's a diamond pick, a stone pick, and diamond pick, stone pick, and wood pick is another 6 of these. So we'll grab 4 of those. And then you're also going to need some rubber, and there's a couple of different ways to get that, which you can get just by punching the tree, I believe. But let's go ahead and grab this. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that can be cooked up in a furnace. And then you're also going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I didn't include my crafting bench. And then 1, 2, because you're gonna need the yeah, I'll have 2 extra 6. The mortar to grind up your lapis, and then you're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3. So this is what it looks like to make the macerator. Oh, nope, you know what? Because I also need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need one of these and another one of these because you need to light the bugger. Right. So this is what it looks like to make the macerator. Now, all of this can be cooked up in a furnace, so 25, 28, 28 and 6 would be 34. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this takes less fuel to build. Oh, that's not even done though, because now we need to power it, and so we're gonna need more cable. Well, no, you can put the generator right next to it, but the generator to go with it to power it. That's what? That's a furnace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 210. 1, 2. 1 for the cabling. We're going to need another piece of rubber. And we're going to need 2 redstone for that. So this, whoops, 2 redstone I said, nah, a stack, and 1. And this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, I think that's everything we need to do this up. I think. All right, so that should be enough stuff to make the macerator. So you're looking at, well, it'd need a little more fuel, and then whatever you're going to fuel it with on top of that. So let's throw in a couple more blocks or a couple more chunks of coal here. But this is to get the macerator, which gives you 2.4, and this is the pulverizer, which gives you 2 plus a 10% chance of an extra one. Now to construct them, it's going to be some small differences. Of course, you're going to need a crafting table. And I already have one, but I'm not going to throw in the wood for that. I'm also not going to make my picks here, but let's look at actually crafting these. So I need two cores. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head for some reason. And they just look like this. 1, 2, like so. Put in our glass like this, and then we put in our gold. Yes, and we get machine frames. That's what they're called, machine frames. So let's start with the aqueous accumulator. It needs 1, 2, 3 for the bucket, and there should be 2 more pieces of glass for it here, and then the servo also needs 2 glass and 2 more iron and a piece of redstone. All right, so we do the servo, which is glass, iron, redstone, servo. We need a bucket, so there's the bucket. What goes on either side? That's the 10, right? 2 pieces of 10. All right, so we put in our 2 pieces of 10, our servo, our glass, our machine frame, and our bucket. Aqueous accumulator. All right, and then that needs to connect, so we're going to do we're going to do our, oh yeah, and I got enough in here to do another bucket. 1, 2, 3. So we do this, we make our bucket, extra bucket to scoop water with, and then we need our fluid duct, so that's 2 copper and a lead, fluid duct. Alright, so fluid duct goes back in, bucket goes back in. And then we need, let's do the, let's just grab all of this stuff. It'd be easier on me. Go ahead and give me all the stuff. I don't need the coal. I already got my ingots cooked. So next we'll do the dynamo. So that is 2 copper gears, like so, and that is 2 of these iron bars. There's my copper gears, and then we need the other coil. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? It's called a transmission coil. All right. So transmission coil, 2 gears, a piece of redstone, and 3 copper ingots. That makes our steam dynamo. Technically, you also need some way to control it. So let's go ahead and make a... You actually don't need to control it, do you? It'll just run without a switch. You only need a switch to turn it off. And I usually use like a lever just to flip it off. So it will... I use a lever to turn it off. And then that way it stops using up my power. All right, so now let's make up the piston. Like so, there's the piston. And then I've got the machine frame, I've got the copper. What's this extra for I've got in here? Machine frame, piston. Oh, you know what? Missed my bar of gold. Gold. Yep, that's not the way that goes. There we go. Machine frame, piston, copper, flint. I apparently... Oh no, that was for my iron pick. Right. I remember. And there we go. That's not it, is it? Where's my dynamo? That's the setup for a pulverizer. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. I'm gonna get some rubber because I don't want to have to grab this other stuff. Now, of course, you have to smelt all that first, right? And once it's smelted, though, it's pretty easy to work with. This one, on the other hand, let's grab our stuff. I probably don't need that coal, do I? I also don't need the resin because I'm not going to use that. But let's grab most of the rest of this. Okay. So, for the macerator, all right, macerator, we need, oh yeah, we need a hammer. So hammer is this, 2 sticks and 5 ingots, like this, right? That gets us a forge hammer. Now the forge hammer is used to make plates, so we need 5 plates for the furnace. We need 3 plates between it, and we need 1 plate for our circuit. And I need less stuff in my inventory so I can do this. There are 9 iron plates. I also need 3 more plates to make the cutters. So let's switch this out with, why do I have so much stuff? Get out of here. And so we'll do 3 plates like this and 2 iron ingots. Get you wire cutters. And once again, get out of here. I need room. And so then we'll take cobblestone. We'll make our furnace. All right. And then we'll do the iron plates like so. And that gets us an iron furnace. Now, I also need to make 10 plates. So here's 10. And then 2 of these need to be hammered into casings, and 1 of these needs to be cut into cabling. All right. And 1 of these cabling needs rubber on it, like so. So we take this, we take these 4 casings, we put the redstone in between. That gives us a RE battery. We put the RE battery up here. We run our 3 iron plates in the middle, and we put our iron furnace on the bottom. That gets us the generator. So let's go ahead and dump that out. So there's our generator to power it. Whoops, that is not the right machine. And then next we need, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8 plates, like so, to make our basic machine casing. And then we'll take our copper ingots here and we'll hit those into a plate with the hammer. And then we'll take these copper plates and we will cut them down with the cutter into six copper cables. Whoa, I totally missed on that. 6 copper cables. And that's dumb. Why am I doing that? 6 copper cables need to be insulated. There we go. Then we can use the copper cables and the iron plates and 2 of our redstone to make our electronic circuit. Now here's the part that got me for a loop. You have to use lapis dust to make the macerator, but according to the directions, well, the NEI here, you need the macerator to make the lapis dust. So this got confusing for me a little bit, but then I figured out you can do this. I do not have the proper materials on me to do this. I need stone bricks. Actually, I want to see what it takes from stone. So where's my stone? Here we go, stone. And why don't you take these plates out of my way here? I'm in the process of making some mixed metal ingots. I've tried a new recipe I haven't done before, and it's taking forever. So we actually need 5 stone bricks, which means I had to take 8 stone and melt it in, or 8 cobble melted into stone. You take your 5 bricks like this, and you take 2 of your iron ingots like this, and it makes a mortar. So this was the trick. This is the bypass. With the mortar, you can grind up your lapis by hand, and that gets me my lapis dust that I need for the advanced circuit. Now I did have to go in the nether to get the glowstone, or you can find it underground actually in this pack currently. But there's our advanced circuit. So with our advanced circuit and our machine casing and our diamonds and then our flint, we now have a macerator. And I don't know really which is easier to make or use, because really it could go, I don't know why I have an extra, oh, because that was to light the light the thing, yeah. But yeah, it's not too bad either way, actually, looking at it. To get your hands on the 6 diamonds might be tricky to get the macerator, but the macerator does produce more ore. Well, no, it doesn't. The macerator and the pulverizer produce the same amount of ore. I guess the difference is how much space you want to use up, because the macerator is going to only use 2 blocks. The generator is sitting right next to it, 2 blocks. And the way I set up my pulverizer is going to take a few blocks, because the aqueous accumulator, has to be set up with water around it, like so. I believe that's the way I've always set up my aqueous accumulators, and so you need at least 9 blocks around that. Although I usually bury that in the ground so you can't see it. And then the steam dynamo runs in the back of your pulverizers. That's really only 2 blocks on that too, since everything else goes beneath it. But yeah, that's the way I normally get started. Is I make either the pulverizer or the macerator. And most of it's just how much you can find when you're mining. If you get the gold and the redstone fast enough, then the pulverizer is probably easier to go than getting the 3 diamonds or the 6 diamonds you need to do the macerator. But really, if you're going to go with any IC2 stuff, you're going to wind up using the forge hammer and the cutters a lot anyways, so the extra cost for those tools, oh, and the mortar, isn't too bad. So Yeah, that's I don't know. I really can't decide which way was easier. It seemed easier to make the macerator than it was to make the pulverizer setup, but I think the pulverizer setup takes slightly less effort to get the resources. There were more resources maybe for the pulverizer, um, but they were easier to come by resources. You didn't have to get glowstone, which meant no trip to the nether, and so that cuts down on 6 diamonds, honestly. So I guess it just depends on whether you get the 6 diamonds or not. So I said so a lot there. I apologize. Lots of so's. Uh, yeah. So I'm going to call it here. So click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. Next time I will take the time to build a little, uh, at least a little house to put our stuff in. And we'll get our machines in there. Both the pulverizer and the macerator will be going down because I use both. You actually kind of need both. The pulverizer has some extra kickoff for some stuff I use, and the macerator does some of the stuff that's only done in the macerator, like grinding up lapis and rubies. But the pulverizer does coal pretty fast, and so I like to run my coal and stuff through my pulverizer. So, yeah. I guess that's it. I'll talk to you later.